Hey guys, Toxic Harris and Bile and Blood campaign mission number 3A. That's it. With me is Seb,
Hello there.
and we have 3A. So this is a space wolf striking down on Hive Hastus. Uh, we're fighting here in a kind of like a landing zone, I guess. Looks like it could still be part of the factory district, but wherever it is, it's like a large enough area where they thought that they could make a staging zone and start landing their troops and their vehicles. But the fermentors are here and they are ready to attack back and push them back. So we're playing Hammer Blow, I believe is the mission. It's a Space Marine mission in the Altar of War. Basically, the enemy has half the deployment, 3 objectives in their deployment zone, half field, I should say. Then the Space Marines can bring. They have to bring at least half of their forces in from reserves turn 1, and but they can bring more. If they don't, just go into ongoing reserves. So we have the forces that are here to push back the Space Marines. We have some Skittles over here hiding behind this building. I mean, some spawn. Um, we have Seb. I'll let you go over your army, I guess.
Yeah, so there's 5 Nurgle spawns there. We've got 4 Nurgle spawns on the other side in the warehouse with Nalukian, the Demon Prince, who was majorly wounded after last time. We've got 4.
He's majorly
groups.
wounded, or was he minorly wounded?
Majorly wounded, minus ballistic skill and I think.
Yeah, because if he's majorly wounded, he's also minus a wound as well.
I mean, it will be minus a wound as well then.
Yeah.
We got 4 groups of 10 plague zombies because I have using Typhus this model, but he's going to be Ribald Tanglefoot, the leader of the fermentors, with 8 other Chaos Space Marines in the Land Raider. Also got a melter gun in there, and the usual las cannons and all the stuff on some dirge casters and extra armor on the Land Raider as well as on the Defiler, which has got las cannons and havoc launcher and all that good stuff. And and we've got a Helldrake in reserve as well,
And some havocs.
Oh, and yes, we've got a squad of havocs with rockets and flak rocket missiles and stuff. So yeah, that's what we have waiting for the Space Wolves.
Okay, good times. So, I currently have just deployed. I have 2 assassins sent by Inquisitor Corvus, Calixis, and a Vindicare assassin. And all my rest is in reserves, which I guess I could show, but I don't have a screen region set up there. Basically, it's Sven Stormslayer in a drop pod with his Wolf Guard, 2 drop pods of Grey Hunters, 2 drop pods of Dreadnoughts, 2 Stormraven gunships, not Stormraven, Stormfang gunships, which the model is actually a Blood Angel Stormraven because Vassal doesn't have the new models, so that's what we'll be using it as today. And I believe that's it. So yeah, we'll be back at the end of Space Wolves turn 1, and you'll see the majority of their forces will have come onto the board. Okay, back with turn 1. Okay, so the end of a very long Space Wolves turn 1. Everyone came in except for Sven Stormslayer. He's still with his Wolf Guard. They're still flying through the air in their drop pod. We had the 2 Grey Hunter squads drop down onto this building over here. The Plasma Gun squad got out, fired onto the spawn, doing moderate amount of damage, I guess. These guys, these Grey Hunters, the Flamers, they fired onto these zombies and took out everyone but 1 dude. The Dreadnoughts just stood around because they look like they have weapons, but they're actually the shield and axe ones. The big thing was the God, I forget everything as soon as I start recording. The Stormwolf whatever, the one with the Hellfrost Destructor, it flew on. Its first shot blew up the Land Raider. Then he powered of Machine Spirit and immobilized the Defiler. The other one came in and got rid of about 6 of the Space Marines. And then I think that's about it. Anything that you want to throw in there?
I'm very ready to take Land Raiders.
And every time you do, they blow up first turn.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Yeah, that Hellfrost Destructor, that is a crazy gun. Like, that's awesome that it can be basically kind of like a Vindicator kind of gun. But then you can also make it into that Lance, and that Lance, man, it just went straight through that Land Raider like a hot knife through butter. It was crazy. But yeah, so Chaos turn 1 coming up. Okay, so end of turn 1, Chaos. Seb, you wanna kind of go over what happened? I guess it was your turn.
Yeah, Demon Prince barreled into a battle with the Calixtus Assassin, doing 2 wounds, but succumbing to the just crazy power of the assassin.
Mm-hmm.
The spawns on the top right, kind of pointlessly started with the drop pod, but at least moved themselves a bit more forward. The spawns on the left failed to manage to climb up the building, so I imagine they're just kind of scratching at the wall, going, "Let us up!" The last plague zombie on the top left suicidally ran towards the Grey Hunters, dodging flamers, gouts of flame, playing Dragon Force on a Guitar Hero guitar. And the other suicide plague zombies have swarmed the Venerable Dreadnought with the axe and shield on the top left and lost 2 of their number, but they are keeping him stuck.
They're fearless, and they do have feel no pain, but the Dreadnought axe is instant death, so you don't get it. But like, he only gets 2 attacks, so that's gonna be slow going. So that's probably the rest of the game right there. So
yeah,
sad times for that Dreadnought. But yeah, so I mean, it looks pretty much in control right now of the Space Wolves, just because of the damage that's been done. But there's still actually a lot of Chaos units left, and it's only turn 1, so yeah, we'll see what happens. It's felt like we've played a whole game by now, but we'll see what happens at the middle of turn 2 and the Space Wolves. Okay, and the Space Wolves turn 2. The Sven Stormslayer, he dropped down with his Wolf Guard. They lit up Tanglefoot's squad with plasma weaponry and spectacularly failed. They did manage to kill the last 2 remaining of his retinue. Then the Vindicator Assassin fired at him with a turbo penetrator shot and dealt 2 wounds to him. The Calixtus Assassin fired at him, dealt wounds, but he managed to save it. Let's see, what else did we get? Some more spawn took some wounds from the rooftop squad. The other rooftop squad took this objective. The Dreadnought, well, since Seb tied me up in combat with his cultists, I thought I'd tie him up in combat with his spawn. So his spawn now are stuck fighting the Dreadnought that they can't hurt, and because they're fearless, they cannot choose to fail. So they're stuck.
Bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it shouldn't really be called fearless. It should be called insanity. Like,
Yeah.
you can't choose to go to ground. Like, when was taking ground meant that you were scared? Like, it means, like, I don't want to get shot in the fucking head, so I'm gonna, hide behind this, like... You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna hide behind this cover. Well, I don't know. I guess...
We are talking about spawns, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like, even things like, other units that are fearless, because, like, they're brave and whatnot. I guess there's a difference between going to cover, though, and going to ground. Like, you can go into cover normally. Like, that's part of the game.
Yeah.
Going to ground is kind of like, I guess in their eyes, is being scared, but... I don't know, we don't make the rules, we just play the game, so...
I kind of like to imagine the spawn are just really pissed off that this dreadnought just ran up and tried to hit them with its axe, and they're just like going wild and just
Well,
scratching at
well,
its
yeah.
carapace.
It makes sense for the Spawn to kind of be stuck there because I don't think Spawn really have the intelligence to know that they're not going to win the fight.
No,
Like,
definitely not.
They don't understand that this is a situation that you're not going to win, but they're going to, continue going for it.
Well, they're Nurgle spawn, so they're probably just hugging the dreadnought. Actually, it's like the end of Galaxy in Tears.
And then, so that's my turn 2. We're going to go into Chaos turn 2 now, so be back with at the end of Chaos turn 2. Okay, end of turn 2. Seb?
So we had the Helldrake came on and flamed a bunch of the Grey Knights in the top left there.
Grey Hunters?
Grey Hunters, sorry. Not Grey Knights, Grey Hunters. They're grey, who cares? They're Imperial. The spawns leapt up the side of the building and got into combat. Not really being very effective, but taking a few wounds. On top of the building over there. We had the Defiler cracking off a few las rifle shots and flaming the Sven's squad before Ribald Tanglefoot assaulted and challenged Sven and took him down with the Man Reaper, but not before injuring himself with his own Demon Blade.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
and another spawn took a wound, and another cultist took a wound in the ongoing forever combats of pointlessness.
Yes. Sven managed to get a couple hits on him and did manage to land a wound, but his Terminator armor and vulnerable save did. A Wolfguard battle leader is no match for a full-blown Chaos Lord, and he'll
Yep.
if he doesn't die now, he'll figure that out and come back stronger next time. We'll see. So we're going into turn 3 of Space Wolves. Okay, end of Space Wolves turn 3. I gotta remember what these things are called. The Stormfang gunships. They came on. This one on the left destroyed the Helldrake. This one on the right destroyed the Defiler. The Grey Hunters here charged into this combat to finish off the zombies to help out the Dreadnought. This Dreadnought up here is just slowly taking away these spawn. Spawn down here got taken out by the Grey Hunters. Got some great rolls. And then I think that's about it. Oh yeah, Typhus. What's his name?
Ribald Tanglefoot.
He tried to activate his was it
The Destroyer
Hive? Yeah, he actually only managed to take out one, but he didn't take any. He didn't lose his last wound. He's trying not to let his demon weapon finish him off. So that's still a combat. So
I think though, rather than it being flies, I think it's some kind of belching and flatulence brought on by the tainted Mjod.
that works. Okay, so time to go into Chaos turn 3. Okay, so end of turn 3. Seb, throwing it over to you.
So Ribald rumbled on, managed not getting to damage himself with his own demon weapon this time, and taking out the rest of Sven's squad. And he was tempted to run away, but he saw the assassin that has been messing with his psychic powers for the entire game and decided to trundle towards him. And then up on the top right, the plague zombies have started to trundle out of the warehouse towards the top objective. And then there's a few more wounds on the spawns, and they're ever going cuddle with the venerable dreadnought.
Okay, so that is that's end of turn 3. So we're going to top of turn 4 with the Space Wolves. Be back after that. Okay, end of Space Wolves turn 4. The big thing that happened here is that Clixus Assassin did take out Tanglefoot. Although we don't know if he's really dead or if he's just wounded. We'll roll for that later. Some Space Wolves moved down, try and take this objective. Dreadnought moved, and the gunships came in trying to take down these cultists, but that's really about it. So we'll move on to Chaos turn 4 now. Okay, end of Chaos turn 4. The Havocs tried to assault the Grey Hunters, and they did not, and that was about it, right?
Well, yeah, and some of the zombies clustered around one of the the objectives. But I think it's true to form. Nurgle just does not like assaulting. Nurgle is not the god of assaults.
That makes sense. So we're going to go into turn 5. This could be the last turn. We'll see what happens. Okay, so end of turn 5, we decided just to do both turns as not much really happened. The Havoc squad got killed by a Dreadnought, and they did some amazing go-to-ground saves from the gunship. The other gunship finished off the cultists, and there were some failed charges here, so these cultists are still getting this objective. So at the end of turn 5, it is 7 against 4. The gunship's capturing one objective. It's in hover mode. These Grey Hunters on this objective, so that's 6 points, plus the Assassin slayed his Warlord, so that's 7. Chaos has one objective for 3, and slay the Warlord, so that's 4, 7. As you can see, I have the screen region up for where the rolls come out. So Seb, if you want to do the roll on a 1 or a 2, the game will end. Okay, so
5.
the game does keep going.
The game is very much over. We're kind of playing it out for narrative purposes to see how many of these zombies get mowed down.
Yeah, so we'll be back and we'll see how many get destroyed. Okay, so we're back at the end of turn 6. We're gonna call it here. We checked to see what would happen to these cultists, and they did pass a lot of their Feel No Pains to the Hellfrost, but not enough, and they did get taken out. Then we have 1 wound on 1 spawn left. Do you want to, just for humor's purposes, see if the game would end or if we keep going?
Yeah, if you want,
Yep.
you can do that.
You can roll it. Yeah.
Okay.
So 1, 2, or 3, it ends. Nope. So let's do just right now. We'll do the attacks from that Dreadnought just to see if he could have finished them off. So 1 wound, yeah. So he would have finished him off my next turn. This guy would have come in. So at the end, yeah. So it went to turn 7. It was a board wipe, and all objectives were taken. So 10-1.
Couldn't have done worse.
Yeah. No, you could have not killed. That's not true. You could have not killed my Warlord. Then it would have been 10-0 with a board wipe instead of 9. Instead of 10-1 with a board wipe. So we do have some rolls to make. I'll go first, I guess. So Sven, Stormslayer, did get taken down. I did win, so I don't have to +1 to the roll. So he is a main character, so he does need a 9 to die. 1 doesn't do anything. 2 or 3 minorly wounded, and then 2, 3. So 4, 5, and 4 or 5, and anything else is majorly wounded. Or actually, we should probably change that for major characters and say like 2, 3, 4 would be minorly wounded for major characters, I guess. Does that work?
That's fair enough.
So we'll roll that. So 5, so he is majorly wounded after getting his head lobbed off. Just stitches it back on. No, so he's okay, but he is majorly wounded, which makes it a little bit more difficult next time he's that he might die. So we do have I forgot his name again.
Tanglefoot.
Yes, so so Seb did end up losing, so it is a +1 to that. He still can't die, but it makes him have more of a chance of getting majorly wounded. So if you want to roll,
Nurgle protect.
+1 to 5, so he's majorly wounded as well.
But it was a kind of epic double KO situation. What close combat weapon does your guy, Sven, use?
The Black Death. So it's actually a relic, but to the Spaceful chapter, and technically I guess he's just a battle leader, but I thought he would have that.
Nice. But I just like the image of the Man Reaper and the Black Death kind of lopping bits off each other at the same time.
Yeah, so that was a good game. I mean, it ended up at the end, very one-sided, but I mean, it was pretty fun at least.
Oh, definitely.
I would have to say that MVP would go to that Clix's assassin. I mean, that was just wrecked face.
From his face.
Yeah,
As
I mean,
well.
he killed a demon prince in basically one shot. Then he instant deathed Tanglefoot. Oh, actually, there is pluses for being instant deathed as well, but he's still just majorly wounded.
Yep.
So he still wouldn't have died. But yeah. So it was,
Says Space Wolves have landed.
yeah, the Space Wolves have
Successfully.
landed successfully. Uh, they took. I mean, obviously they didn't really took too many casualties, except from their Wolf Guard. So the most elite soldiers in their unit took the most casualties.
But they were getting stuck in. They saw the Warlord.
Yeah.
They dropped in near him.
Well, I mean, they did get taken down by the main bad guys, so it's not like it's But yeah, so next up we have mission 3B, which is the Inquisitor Corvus against Seb's.
Vicissitudes.
Yeah, there you are. So that'll be next. Anything you want to say on the battle or what happened or anything like that?
As each battle goes on, we keep fudging the rules slightly less. There's only a couple of violations this game, not quite rapid firing and assaulting, which we had before. No, but it just really enjoying this. And the other thing is you're now banned from power armor because power armor is just too difficult to get around.
There was definitely a big jump from taking on the PDF and then taking on Space Wolves and Drop Pods.
Yeah.
It was definitely a big change. I'm
not convinced about the plague zombies. The fact that you can only take 10. Like, the Film of Pain is beautiful.
I think they
But-
definitely do stay alive longer.
Yeah.
It's
But 30 Nurgle marked guys or 10 Film of Pain guys, it's tricky.
yeah. I'm very impressed by the gunships. I really enjoyed those. I wasn't expecting them to be as good as they were.
Gunships are crazy.
They were really fun. So I'm gonna have to actually get some of those for my actual Space Wolf army because they were just a blast to play.
A large blast.
You could say that. And yeah, the Clixus assassin, he was amazing. He was great. I mean, just ignores armor saves, instant deaths on a 6. Just screws up Psychers so badly. Granted, he screws up your own Psychers, but yeah, he was great.
I think every day I find a new weapon which becomes my favourite weapon or favourite or least favourite weapon in the 40k universe. And just the face warp charge gun of death. It's just so ridiculously awesome.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about my dreadnoughts though. They survive and they survive and they're really cool, but 2 attacks and 3 on the charge they can get stuck in combat pretty easy. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I definitely want to play them a couple more times since I brought and built one. So I definitely want to have a couple more games with them to see how they do.
Yeah,
Taking on the right squad, they would definitely be a lot better, but we'll see.
for sure. I look forward to making Raining Demons next time.
Well, we'll see what happens in Mission 3B. Okay, so we'll end it there. Check out Mission 3B. That'll be coming up next. In another video. I realize I said that I say like, oh, turn 2 coming up next. And then it would just instantly cut to that. But yeah, that's a different video. Okay, have a good one. Once again, I'm Toxic. With me has been Seb.
Tally bye.